Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Raiza Lenahari. My student number is 12305030222 from class 3F of English Literature Department, State Islamic University of Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. In this video, I will present how to translate a paragraph in English to Indonesia. This video is an individual assignment of translation English to Indonesian course, whom the lecturers are Mr. Andang Saehu and Mrs. Forus Husnatul Abkoria. Okay. The paragraph was cited from BBC website that you can find it on Google. I will put the link below in the description. The title of the article is "A World is Isolated from Life by 1,400 Kilometers," written by Safik Mekji. And I took the second paragraph of the article. I will show you the original text and my translation. You can read it here. You can pause it. You can pause the video. Okay. Let's move to the first step. I highlighting the first part of the first sentence. It's at the far end of the bay, set against a mountain slope and surrounded by bogland. The translation is di ujung teluk yang terletak di lereng gunung dan dikelilingi oleh lahan rawa. So, from di ujung teluk yang terletak di lereng gunung dan dikelilingi oleh, it's literally use literal translation because this sentence has a direct meaning. But the bogland use cultural adaptation technique, which replacing cultural elements with elements that are more familiar to readers of the target language. The term bog may not have a direct equivalent in every language or culture. In Indonesian, bog can be translated as lahan rawa or tanah gambut, which captures the essence of a wetland area rich in organic material. This adaptation ensures that the target audience understands the ecological significance of the term. So, I use lahan rawa in bogland. Okay, the next was a cluster of dilapidated, rusty, corrugated iron buildings. The translation is terdapat sekumpulan bangunan dari seng bergelombang yang reyot dan berkarat. So I highlight the dilapidated. Okay, this is use contextual technique, which translates to reyot, which is more commonly understood in the context of buildings. And corrugated iron use reduction translation. Why? Because the term corrugated iron can be translated directly to seng bergelombang in Indonesian, but seng is basically bergelombang in Indonesia. So instead use seng bergelombang, we can just only use seng. Okay, so the next sentence is huge section of the roofs and walls were missing. The translation, the Indonesian translation is sebagian besar dari atap dan dindingnya hilang. So this basically use a literal translation because the sentence has a direct meaning. Okay, the next sentence is, and those that remained rattled incessantly in the near gale force wind. The translation is, dan yang tersisa terus terguncang diterpa angin kencang yang hampir menyerupai badai. So, rattled incessantly use contextual technique which translate to terus terguncang instead of bergetar tanpa henti, which is makes the word feel more natural to read. And the near gale force wind, near gale force wind in the text, which is makes refers to wind with speeds approaching gale. So I use descriptive technique such as angin kencang yang hampir menyerupai badai. This helps convey the intensity of the wind more explicitly. The next sentence is, it looked as if a natural disaster had struck. The translation is, tampak telah terjadi bencana alam. This is use literal translation because this sentence has a direct meaning. So, let's move to the next sentence. I stopped at an asbestos keep out sign and peered through the encroaching mist. This is meaning saya berhenti di sebuah papan tanda asbes dilarang masuk dan melihat ke kabut yang semakin tebal. So, in the peered through the encroaching mist, I use cultural technique because depending on the context, it may be beneficial to adapt the phrase to fit local expression or imagery. And my extremities numb for the sub-zero condition use cultural techniques, while extremities refers to ujung-ujung tubuh, which is technically correct. It might benefit to cultural adaptation to make it more relatable, saying, tubuhku merasa sakit karena udara yang sangat dingin. Incorporates everyday language and makes the experience more tangible for Indonesian readers. And the next is, it was struggle to picture the station as a thriving community. The Indonesian is, sulit untuk membayangkan tempat itu sebagai komunitas berkembang. In the word station, I use contextual technique, which can be translated into place to make the text more understandable. The last sentence is, yet a century ago, Stormness was part of a highly profitable and brutal industry that transformed South Georgia into the whaling capital of the South Atlantic. Di Indonesia is, namun 100 tahun yang lalu, Stormness adalah bagian dari industri yang sangat menguntungkan dan keras yang mengubah Georgia Selatan menjadi ibu kota perburuan paus di Atlantik Selatan. Brutal refers to harsh, cruel, or severe condition or practices that can occur within industrial settings. So, with contextual technique, we can translate it to keras. So, brutal mean keras in my translation. And the next, whaling capital. The word whaling capital use contextual technique, which is translated as ibu kota perburuan paus. It is to give Indonesian readers a better understanding of the context of the whaling industry. That's all from me. Thank you for the attention. I'm sorry if there's a mistakes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.